Shawn VanDiver is the co-director of the Truman National Security Project San Diego chapter. We heard Democratic senators gathering today at a news conference saying they're willing to work with their Republican counterparts on a host of measures, some broad, some more tailored, more specific. But we also saw Republican members of the House, including Majority Whip Steve Scalise, who was wounded in a mass shooting not too long ago. They were not talking about this issue at all. So a lot of people saying perhaps this is a game changer on this issue, but then there are those who think maybe it's still going to be business as usual in Washington. What's your take?
Well, the fact is that the GOP needs to end its love affair with the NRA. I mean, Congressman Steve Scalise survived a grievous wound, and he still holds the line on this. That's how indebted to the NRA he is. The fact is that there are measures that would have drastically reduced the number of lives lost. There in Las Vegas, we could ban the sale of those bump stocks, limiting magazine capacities to 10 rather than 30, 50, 100 in some cases. I mean, the long reload times between magazines that he was using just go to show us how many lives could have been saved. The fact is that it's on constituents of those members of Congress to call them and tell them that they want change. And if any American still believes that these simple measures aren't worth it, then I think they need to take a deep look inward.
Well, it's interesting because after the Port Arthur massacre in Australia in 1996, the government passed stringent measures. It's seen results. Yep. Australian media pointing out this week that Paddock killed 59. That's more than the total number of gun-related deaths in Australia in all of 2016 if you subtract suicides. And one of the op-ed pieces says the U.S. is too immature a society to be allowed to play with guns. It's never shed its Wild West mythology. We've seen Australia take action. We've seen the UK take action with stricter gun laws. Why is it the U.S. cannot?
So I'll take that in a couple parts. First of all, the data bears out, the data shows that when countries take action on gun control, lives are saved. You mentioned the number, 59 deaths and almost 600 wounded. That's similar to the Battle of Fallujah. That's more lives lost and more wounded than any single day in Iraq or Afghanistan, than the casualties the U.S. has suffered. I think that maybe whoever said that is not wrong, that the U.S. is too immature. But I think that our Constitution guarantees the right to bear arms for a well-regulated militia. And I looked up well-regulated. I asked my Amazon Echo, I said, Alexa, what does well-regulated mean? And she said that it means governed by rules. So I don't understand why Republicans and conservatives can't understand that words mean things and agree that some rules are important. And what I've been trying to push is when I was in the Navy, I had to get a background check every 5 years. I had to go through training every year, and I had to get a mental health screening every day when I went down and tried to check out my gun from the armory. The armorer looked at me. So if we had a similar thing, if we had a recurring cycle of background checks and training every 5 years, a mental health screening for concealed carry permits, and if that concealed carry permit applied nationwide, because these gun laws won't work if they're state by state, they only work